Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, let's get into it. Can I talk to you for a minute? Can I talk to you for a minute? I know what the title might say. I have an idea of what the title might say as to what I'm doing with it. But I noticed there are a lot of videos in terms of the halftime performance. First and foremost, Eagles, Bird Gang, we did our thing. Um, a lot of folk talking about the halftime. To you, I say, if you didn't agree with it, if individuals are sharing they didn't agree with it, you don't have to comment. You can just go to the next post. Some people, like a good friend of mine, over in Jersey, he made a statement that, he's a bit older. He's like, I ain't catching none of this, and it's fine that he said that. It doesn't even matter the color. There were people all over who were like, I don't understand. Because Kendrick's style when he's rapping, it's different than, say, the 80s. When I'm alone in the room, even when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. It's different when he's staccato fire. There's no need for us to be divided over that. There was indeed a message. It was a great performance. Personally, greatest performances of all time. There are only two that are the greatest performances of all time, and both of those performers are dead. That's Michael Jackson and that's Prince. No debate on that. You could say Beyonce, but again, the two greatest, because Beyonce had a concert at the Super Bowl, and it was dope. But the greatest, Michael Jackson and Prince. Like, they got that to that end. This was a great performance. This was a great performance. Again, the two greatest are that. This was a great performance, Kendrick's performance at the Super Bowl. But from the very outset, now, permit me to share and say this here. There's one glaring observation that hasn't been said in a lot of things. So I'm not going to repeat what others have said. You can see it's a PlayStation controller with the X and the triangle and the circle and or O and you know what I'm saying. What is that? Them four. You know what I'm saying. What is it? Triangle, square, O, X. Okay, yeah. So you got folk that are like, oh man, you're the way he did it and the way, and it was the American flag. They've done that and they've shared that and they've talked about that and they've done a great job doing that. One woman I shared that on Instagram. She said he wore bell bottoms, and bell bottoms indeed were a form of protest against what the normalcy was. His jeans, I'm certain, were selected on purpose because he's a curator of imagery and music. Kendrick is. That reminds me of Prince. He's particular in every little thing he does. Some of y'all could go back to Purple Rain and you'll miss a few things. You watch it 4 times in a row and be like, "Oh, I missed that." I'm trying to tell you. So to that end, because of the way he operates, the way he thinks, if you've listened to his music for any amount of time, now I came in around To Pimp a Butterfly with Kendrick. I listened to all the old stuff, and I was like, oh snap! And then I came all the way up and listened even to after Pimp a Butterfly, and then I've been listening ever since. Fan of Kendrick for sure. Kendrick is so particular that this detail has been missed many times, or not missed, but not spoken about. He has Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam. Now, if you're a comic book fan and I say Uncle Sam, y'all remember he was a part of All Star Squadron? Comic book fan, you had to have that. I got the comics up in my house somewhere. I know exactly where it is, in that Timberland box. Yeah, that's how long ago this was. But, well, it's longer than that, as a matter of fact. Me and my daddy got the comic when I was like 4 or something like that. But anyway, so you see that Why Uncle Sam, U.S. Uncle Sam, if you've never understood Uncle Sam. And there might be some that haven't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily catch it when I was younger. So he picks Samuel L. Jackson to play Uncle Sam. Now you might be like, oh man, he because notice he started, hey, it's your uncle. It's your uncle, Sam. He wasn't talking about himself. Sam Jackson wasn't playing himself, and I think most of us got that. But Kendrick didn't pick Sam Jackson for no reason. It reminds me of To Pimp a Butterfly, the intro. Now, I don't know if anybody, I certainly loved and remembered when we went bought CDs or bought tapes, when we pull out the liner notes and we read the production, the samples, and all of that. I remember that. I love that. You could look it up now. It's not the same, but the experience of it all. But he picked a song on To Pimp a Butterfly from the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, right? The song goes, every nigga is a star. Every nigga is a star. And you're like, what? At first, when the intro begins, what with George Clinton and him fire song, it makes sense. Oh man, okay, I see every nigga is a star. If you never went back and actually listened to it, now mind you, the person who actually sings that is one of my mother's favorite. My mother's from Jamaica. The artist is Jamaican. That song is from Jamaica. That song was written way back when. She loved that artist. So the moment I found out the name, I'm like, wait a minute, is that Byron? Not Byron Lee, but is that, it was another Byron, I think it was. But it was like, wait a minute, is that? And when I saw it, I said, oh man. So I went back and listened to the song. And when I listened to the song, I was like, ha. He took the song that had a very strong meaning. Remember, I said 60s and 70s. It was about black empowerment. That's what that song in Jamaica was about. It was about black empowerment. So he wasn't saying nigga or separate nigga. He said nigger. Every nigger is now why? He said it like that because he's like, yo, be proud of who you are, but you ain't nothing that they cannot define who you are. That's the message of the song. We're better than anything that they believe. We're a star like we're in heaven, like we're in the heavens. That's how much of a star we are. Fall back, come back. Kendrick uses it. Every nigga is a star. And you're like, wait a minute. His sample changed the meaning. Him and George Clinton then take the meaning presented by that sample and push something else. And if you listen to the whole album through and then restart, you catch it. A little bit. You got to go back and listen to the song. So why did he pick Sam Jackson to play Uncle Sam? Who else has Sam Jackson played? Pivotal, or rather relational, to America. Y'all know, and I don't remember his name, but Uncle Ruckus from the Django. That's what I'm going to call him because that's what he looked like when I'm seeing him. It's just like, yeah. Why did he pick him to play Uncle Sam? Talking about how this game gets played. No, don't do that, but do this. No, don't do that, but do this. Y'all know everybody that black was watching this here or was waiting, was like, yo, is he going to do it? Because, like, yo, that's a strong shot at Drake, and is he really going to do that? Oh, man, I don't know if he's really going to do that. I don't know. And even amongst my crew, we was in there in the cigar spot, and we was watching, and we was just like, we don't know. Yeah, the NFL ain't really smiling too friendly on that because of the nature of the accusation. I'm like, he might not say the words. Few of us was just like, we don't know. And Sam Jackson, Black Uncle Sam, was, that's it. Now don't mess this. And walks off stage. Some people believe this was a message to the president. Child, this was watched by a lot of people all over the world. This is one of our, in terms of sports in America, that is the number one thing to watch. The Super Bowl. Y'all remember it used to be $1 million or $2 million or $5 million to get a spot, to get a commercial. And that is the number one sport, the number one event viewed. And K. Dot sent a message to all of America. This wasn't about Trump. This was about America. As a matter of fact, some of y'all miss all of the imagery from This Is America by Childish Gambino. He's another one that when it comes to curating images, even his look when he was like, that crazy look he had, it's like, what was that? Yeah, reminiscence. But you got to get into the imagery. And it got me. I was like, man, ain't nobody talking about Uncle Sam. So maybe you got thoughts on this. That's cool. Look, share your thoughts below, because everything now makes sense. I think that was missed partially because if folk don't get Sam Jackson's role, peep that the controller was sitting on the streets. What? The controller for the game was sitting on the streets. Street lamps. The divisions in the block. It was the hood, concrete jungle. That's when when red and blue and white were marching together. They had all the power. And they stopped in the center, where select and start would be. And he says, turn the TV off. Game over. Did you catch the message? Why did he pick all of? Did you catch the message? That's just one piece. A lot of people have been explaining this thing. I could talk on for hours about this thing because I'm like, I love how he curates images and how he'll put several different things in one spot. And it'd be, man, why did mustard fall right on the select start button? Turn the TV off, turn the TV off. Oh, well, he's coming there, Drake. I mean, I get that, you know, triple and quadruple entendres. Why did it happen there? Oh, you ain't ever been playing PlayStation or any kind of sport or any kind of game, and you and your homies, and you might be eating and there's something spilling on the controller, and I lay that for another one. Bless you.